Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Episode 120 something of Franco's World. Today, I have the very esteemed guest, my pal, the talented, the handsome, the intelligent Jake Velazquez, everybody. Jake Velazquez, how's it going, pal?
Thanks for having me. It's going well. I mean, I feel like you oversold me a little bit, so hopefully I don't disappoint the
Oversell,
listener.
underdeliver.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Business 101.
Yeah. So how's it going?
It's going great, man. How are things for you?
Everything's good. We're here in my apartment right now.
The lovely Penthouse.
Penthouse, which you told me you live in one as well.
It was the Penthouse Boys Pod.
Penthouse Boys Pod.
The Penthouse Boys Pod.
It's got a nice ring to it.
I like that. Maybe a little, that'd be a subsidiary.
Penthouse
Podcast, a subsidiary of the Do Less podcast, which is one of my favorites. You can find it everywhere.
I think everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like if you just look up, chances are you're going to see it.
Absolutely.
So,
it's great. They just went viral.
Oh, big. We're huge with the bots, and that gave us a lot of satisfaction. So we posted a clip on that. But I think the bots are now turning on us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we made then the bot. So we went viral with the bots.
Right.
Then we posted about going viral with the bots.
And the bots didn't like that.
I don't think the bots like if you address them directly.
Right.
They want to exist on their own.
Uh-huh.
So now they're pulling back, and I think we've alienated them.
You've alienated the bots.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of give and take. It's like the bots are like, we'll do a service for you, but don't talk about us.
Yeah. They don't want you to acknowledge
It's like the mob.
existence.
It's like the mob.
Sort of, but I think they're kind.
They're kind.
Kinder.
Yeah.
They're not going to take anything away from you. They only give, the bots. They're kind. They're selfless.
If I could get a couple bots for this podcast, the things I would do to get a couple bots on here, little
Post
AI.
Reels.
I mean, I'm all about the reels. There will be some reels in this episode. Trust me.
That's great. Yeah.
I'm all about AI. And AI, people think AI is a bad thing. They think it's going to take jobs away.
I'm sure it will.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a part of life.
Yeah, everything takes
jobs away. Okay. Yeah. Here's the deal. AI, dating, it's all in one. Hinge, you're on Hinge.
I'm on Hinge.
Yeah.
Hinge. The bots don't love me on Hinge.
Oh.
I feel like the algorithm.
I can't speak on that one. I mean, the bots love me on Hinge. I mean, Hinge is great. It's like they're like, hey, what college did you go to? What do you do for work? Do you do Percocets? Like they ask you that on Hinge, and it's like you answer all these things, and it's like an AI something will bring you together, and it's like you're most compatible with this person.
Yeah, right. Well, this is the thing about Hinge.
Okay,
I'm realizing it now as we talk. They ask certain questions.
Okay.
And on paper, those questions I might not look great on those on paper because it's like, where'd you go to college? Well, I dropped out of college.
Really?
But they don't.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
I went to Maryland for a year.
Oh, gross. College Park?
Yeah, College Park.
Gross.
You're from North Carolina, right?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
Same corporation, different division.
Yeah. All right. Why do you not like College Park then?
Maryland and West Virginia are rivals.
I guess so. I guess they're more modern rivals. My era, they weren't because they were part of the
ACC
or
ACC. Whatever you guys. Yeah.
So there's more like Duke, UNC.
Which I hate all those teams. But no, Maryland, West Virginia, they played in football last year. Maryland beat us. They had two of his little brothers, the quarterback. But you didn't graduate there, so it's a moot point.
Yeah, so I was only there for 1 year. It was a good year, though. But part of the reason I left is just some personal things / I was on academic probation, disciplinary probation, housing probation, and then key probation, which meant you lost your key too many times.
What did you do?
Yeah,
what?
So I just partied too hard the first year, so I was like, college isn't for me, and that was it.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, that is awesome. So what type of person were you back then? Because I only know you as the person now. You're pretty mild-mannered, even keel. Did you just go?
Definitely a different person.
Really?
Then. Yeah, I've changed my ways.
What?
Sure.
So what did you go to school to study? Like, what was your mindset? I'm gonna be,
I went for engineering, but kind of switched to business.
Mm-hmm. And then you just turned into I'm gonna Wolf of Wall Street it, but just the drugs part of that movie.
Well, no, I got a job for summers and winters doing real estate.
Nice.
And I realized you don't really need a college education to do real estate.
Right.
And I also really had no interest in ever working for a company.
Yeah.
To have a boss or whatever. So I just didn't see the point of college.
Uh-huh.
And I just was partying too hard. So I was like, I'm going to move back to New York. And then once I moved back, it's kind of when I changed. I mean, I still partied a little bit, but I really put school as a priority, working as a priority stuff.
You went back to school up here?
I went to Baruch for a year and a half, got a good job, left school.
You went to where?
CUNY Baruch.
I don't even know what that is. That sounds like a made-up fairy tale school to me. What are the requirements to get in there? Just open the door? I mean,
no, it's actually pretty good. It's a good business school, but it's not great. I mean, it's not hard. Where'd you go?
I went to West Virginia.
Oh, that school sucks.
I went to West Virginia.
That's like one of the biggest parties.
It's the biggest party school in the country, and they literally I got a nothing degree.
But did you like it?
I did, yeah, I did. Quite the opposite of you, though, but the same. I also got put on academic probation.
Yeah.
Twice. And they said, if you get put on academic probation again, we're not letting you back in the school for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
That's what they told me. And I had to there was 2 summers in a row where I took summer classes to boost my GPA just so I could continue to go to school.
Yeah.
That's something I've never told anybody, actually. I did do that. Look. So exclusive interview here on Do Less Pod, or not Do Less Pod, the Do Less subsidiary Franco's World. Sorry.
Of course, come on. So I don't know. But whatever, back to Hinge. I think, like that question, I don't have a great response for that question.
You have a fine response for that one. Just the girls.
Because you give short responses. If it was a long form dating, I could.
Do you find yourself being long winded via text message?
Sometimes, not really.
It's something that I've had to start working at, because the women I've seen up here in the city, it's like I can, if you backdate it, you can almost see like my texts as like many months I've been getting in the city. The longer I stay in the city, the shorter my texts are getting.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm sending them these novels, not even like I can't wait to see you, da 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 da. I'm just like, today I went here and here and here, and I plan on doing this. And instead now it's just like, I might hang out later.
Yeah, you just got to be coy about everything.
Yeah. Just be mean. Yeah, be mean.
Or just a few words. It's really odd because I feel like who women want via text is almost the opposite of who they want in person, but you have to be both those people.
Wow.
Somehow.
I have to be both those people. I have a hard enough time being myself.
Yeah. It's not easy.
And I'm going to be honest to the women out there. You're probably not gonna get to know the real me until like 3 years into it. If we're being,
I think that's true for everybody.
Honest.
Yeah. I mean, I don't really. Yeah, I don't know. And I don't think maybe 3 years is a little long, but I don't think women even want to really
even see this person for 3 years. Probably not. No.
Exactly. I don't think women want to know the real you until after a few dates, anyways.
No,
you can't be the real you on the first date.
No, absolutely not. Just lie and deny.
Be easygoing, ask some questions. That's it. Yeah.
That's why that's why I think I'm a great dater. Is because I have podcast experience where I'm just question, and then they say something and it's like, oh, I'm going to pick up on that, save that for later, and say, you said you like to do this. What did you, that sort of thing.
Do you keep stock questions? Or questions specific to, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. So
I mean, like there's stock questions. Like anytime I get a chance to talk about like music interests with a girl, like who they're into, and they say their Spotify top 5 or whatever, it's just like I already got answers because they're all the same.
Right. What are the most common ones?
Dua Lipa is really big. Right. Anytime a girl,
I don't even know who that is. That's the thing. Also, I'm not a.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
You should know who Dua Lipa is.
I don't know who anybody. There's artists that have come and go.
Yeah.
And I never knew who they were.
Yeah.
People are like, remember this?
Did you get the Island Boys while they were hot for 2 weeks?
I have no idea who that is.
See? The Island Boys. They were like these Florida guys with like horrible dreadlocks and face tattoos, and they just had a rap called Island Boys. It was woeful.
Oh, I know of the Island Boys. My friend had told me about them, but I've never listened to their music.
You're not missing anything. So you missed out on the Island Boys. But anytime a girl says like John Mayer is in her top 5.
Right.
It's over.
Do you send her a picture of you at the concert?
No. Yeah. No, I did. This one girl I'm seeing, she did request, she was like, if he plays this song, will you send me a video of it?
Did he?
And he did.
Oh, nice.
And last night, I sent it to her, and she's like, oh my God. Yeah.
It's great.
It's great.
Because it's almost like you were John Mayer for a minute.
Maybe.
It's a similar effect.
Yeah. Like, here's the song I'm giving to you.
John Mayer through you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm a conduit.
Exactly.
That'd be big, man. Oh my gosh. The thing is, I went to that concert last night. I had never seen him before. He's my favorite artist. Okay. I went solo. I went by myself. MSG. Great seats. Obviously.
Good seats?
I mean, they were decent. My ex-girlfriend was there, and she got right in the front, and I was not there.
Did you reach text? How did you find out? Instagram
She's
story?
posting all of it. Yeah. She's posting all of it.
You can't be looking at the Instagram story.
But we were both at the same concert. And then I clicked on it and I was like, she's pretty close.
How long have you guys been?
Oh, we've been broken up for a while.
Oh, okay.
We've broken up.
At this point, then it doesn't
yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just funny to think about it like that. However, she only went last night. I'm going tonight also. Back to back.
Oh, you're doing 2 days.
I'm doing the back to back.
Do you have anyone to go with tonight, or going solo?
Going solo again, baby.
2 times in a row.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's gonna be great. I mean, I feel like I'm honestly part of the tour at this point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm
great.
just like exhausted. I woke up this morning, my knees were hurting from like keeping rhythm with my feet for hours.
Standing seats?
No,
Or
I
just
just wanted to
standing
stand.
up? Yeah.
I just wanted to vibe out, and now tonight I'm just gonna be like, all right, time to give the people what they want. When the lights come on, it's like, all right, showtime.
Yeah. Are you gonna take anything for this?
Am I gonna take anything?
Like,
Any sort of?
Did you alter your mindset for the last one?
I didn't alter my mindset in the slightest. Not even anything. Not even that.
Okay.
In the slightest, because I'd never seen him before. He's my favorite artist. I wanted to be fully conscious, fully aware. Now, when I saw Dead & Co., I was in a different galaxy.
Yeah.
Now, but tonight, maybe.
Okay.
You know, I'm working from home tomorrow. You know.
Yeah, you're good.
Lackadaisical, chilling. I've also never worked from home before. Tomorrow's my first day ever working from home.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. It's not for everybody. I think it takes a certain type of person.
I think it'll be for me, though.
If you think it'll be for you, you'll be good. But I think you just gotta be good at like motivating yourself.
I'm good at that.
All right, it'll be fun.
I mean, we were both on academic probation at one point, but we're good self-motivators.
We've come a long way.
We have come a long way.
Yeah.
Academic probation, and now we're Penthouse podcasting.
Well, yeah, this is what I'm saying. I think if the dating app, rather than ask what school you went to, and I think this is a more relevant question, they ask for your address and apartment number.
Now,
or your monthly rent bill.
Yeah.
Because there's people that graduated from Harvard that don't, they work as a busboy, and there's people that went to community college but have, like own a company. So you think that would be a more like relevant question?
I have 3 roommates. Okay. And that sounds bad on paper.
Yeah, sure.
But when they get to the place, and anytime you take a girl, and you know what this is, you take a girl back, oh, we have a terrace. Oh, we have a terrace and a roof. You show them the view, it's curtains. It's
well, how about this?
Game over.
Chances are you're more likely to take the girl back if you have the space. Terrace.
Yeah.
Because it's a thing, it's a destination.
It's a destination spot.
You're on the date, you're like, I have a terrace. It somehow comes up. You've been through enough dates, you know how to slip it in.
Oh, Jake, it's getting in there. It's like, that's not even a Hail Mary.
It changes also, like, the past couple months, it's been tough to use that move because there's really no appeal to it.
Yeah.
But a day like today, I mean,
I'll send him photos retroactively and be like, here's what it was when I first moved in. It's sunset, gorgeous. Yeah. That's good. I'll send him that stuff. It's like, and I don't know how well versed in like football knowledge you are, but the air raid offense, you've heard of this?
No.
Okay. Well, the air raid offense, it's like college football offense. They just throw the ball like 80 times a game. All right. The thing about the air raid offense is they have 6, 7, 8 plays, but they're ran out of all these different formations, but it's the same 6 or 7, 8 plays. Right. That's me as far as dating goes.
Right.
Like here's me. First off, we're comics. There's a lot of girls in the city that like artists.
Let's just pump the brakes a little on the term, I think.
You don't think that?
Artists? I just think if a girl's into artists, they're not necessarily into comics. Okay. I would describe a comic as an artist of a certain type, but like when I think of an artist, I think a girl.
Well, they like funny guys. They like funny guys.
Okay. They like performers.
I'll take that back.
Performing's an aphrodisiac.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
I'll take that back. I'll wear that one. That's on me.
But like if a girl likes an artist, they're thinking musician.
Okay.
Go to a gallery. Okay. Something a guy can make for a girl. There's really no. I guess we could write a joke
talking
about a girl,
some ghost. You're talking about get so high in a girl, do some pottery.
That'd be nice. Yeah. Not to disparage comics. I guess we are artists, but
to an extent. But I think if you get like too like uppity about it, like too like, oh, I'm an artist. It's like, dude, you're telling jokes about going to the supermarket.
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
Come on.
I just feel like specifically when girls like artists, that's what they go for. Mm-hmm. They're not necessarily going for comics. I feel like the girls that I've met through comedy are like just pretty normal girls. Yeah. But they just, when you perform and you're funny, there's an
element to that of just being like a performer and they're into that. So yeah, they like the fact that you're a funny performer guy, and then just be goofy on the day, whatever. Ask them questions, deflect, and then it's just like, yeah. So I was on my terrace chilling, and it's like, whoop. what do you mean terrace chilling? You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like that. But yeah, so they say that on paper, 3 roommates, it looks bad, and then they get up to the apartment, it's gorgeous.
Yeah,
I have a great view. I haven't been out to your view yet, but we'll have to check it out.
Yeah, sure.
We'll have to check it out here in a minute.
It's worked a handful of times.
Yeah.
It's definitely done its job for sure.
So you're cleaning up, is what you're saying?
No, I go through phases.
I'm going through a good phase right now.
I have cleanup phases and not the opposite. Droughts, as they would
Droughts.
call them. Yeah.
Droughts. I don't know. I mean, I've only been in the city 6 months, so far, so good. So good. I don't know.
Sometimes it just gets a little. It's always kind of your own fault if you're on a drought, because it's kind of like you just don't have the energy to like keep.
But
going
dating in the city is such a militaristic just battleground, and everybody has their guard up, and no one wants to be the first person to give in and like say how they truly feel about the person.
Right.
They're like, oh, because they've been hurt one too many times, and they don't want to do that again or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I get it.
At least that's what I think.
It's just a weird place where everyone's dating quite a bit.
Yeah,
so
everyone. Anytime you think you're the only person somebody's seeing, you are the 4th person they're seeing.
Yeah, sure. That's the one. That's always, and I don't know if this is necessarily healthy, but that's always like I've operated under the assumption that whoever I'm seeing is also seeing other people.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And at there's probably many times where that's kind of saved me some grief, because it's like, oh, okay, I already. But there's definitely been a handful of times where that was just not the case, and I justified so many things being like, oh, they're seeing other people too, and it wasn't the case. So
you're letting yourself
you
down.
probably should be open and honest with people, but I don't know. I'm 31 now. When I was in my 20s, I feel like that. You keep doing what you're doing.
I mean, I don't know. I could learn so much from you. I mean, I could learn so much. You got a gorgeous place. You got a good job. All this and that. I could learn from you.
I'm basically unemployed, but that's fine.
I would love to be unemployed. Honestly, if I could have no job and just like, I was thinking about this the other day. All right, so now we can talk about job stuff a little bit. Okay. So I just started a new job. It's great. I enjoy it. It's a paycheck. It's easy. I get out. I have enough time to get home.
Have you had any work days yet?
What?
Isn't tomorrow your first day?
No.
Oh, okay.
I started last week.
Oh, okay.
Started last week. And I had 2 interviews in the week before that with 2 different companies, 2 different sectors, actually.
So what were the 2?
Design, construction design, and another hedge fund.
Okay.
And I have more finance experience than this.
Right.
So I go into both interviews. These guys are a lot more fun. Yep, they're just like a bunch of like Italian construction dudes, and they're like busting balls, having fun, and I like it's a pretty cool place. And then you have the finance people, and you being in real estate, I'm sure you've had a run in with a lot of finance folks.
Yeah, sure.
And I feel like they were just trying to sell me on some sort of dream. They were just trying to like sell the company to me and be like, yeah, you definitely want to spend all your time here. Like, it's great. We have a gym in the office. We have a barbershop in our own floor. Like that sort of thing.
Right.
And I was interviewing with the COO, and he pulled up my podcast in the interview, and he played it for like me. Luckily, he laughed. But he's like, if you say anything about this company, if you say anything like that goes on here, say the name of the company, whatever, he's like, legally speaking, we'll come after you.
Whoa.
And I'm like, I don't want to work here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk about my job. I'm not going to say like John and Susie are hooking up, but Susie's married. I'm not going to say anything like that. But like, that's just like a scary thing that people would do. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird thing. It's hard. A lot of people have podcasts now, but a lot of you almost can't have one anymore because of things like this.
Yeah.
There's like a microscope on you.
We do. I think you do a really good job. You and Mike do a really good job of like being. Oh, I'm big fans of you guys. Do you have any spots I could have? No, I'm just kidding. No, but you guys do a really good job of like, you're both like professional dudes, and you have this success and you have like this great podcast and everything. So I try to model myself after that, of seeing like you can do both things. It's not mutually exclusive. Like, I don't have to be buttoned up, and I don't have to be just a crazy person on a podcast.
Well, one of the things I like about a lot of people make fun of real estate agents, as they should, but it is a really good.
All business is fake business.
All business is fake business, but in real estate, there's many people who got into it for quality of life.
Oh.
So they like because you make your own hours, you make good money. So it's like, I think a lot of people that that's something that maybe rubbed off on me a little too much, but it's like that's the priority. It's not necessarily making a lot of money. It's like it's just having a good life. So
that's why I chose this offer. Also, I
Sure.
got them to up it, but I chose this offer as opposed to this offer because now I get to work from home some. I know I'm out at this time every day.
It's important.
Like at the hedge fund, I worked in finance for the first 6 months. I got up here, and it's like, we're done at 5:30. You're done at 7. You know what I mean?
Because you can't be the one guy that leaves every day.
No, and plus, like one company I worked at was based in a different time zone. Like their headquarters were.
Right.
The corporate office was here in the city, but they're based in different time zone, and so we would work on like that time zone time.
Right.
Which means a couple hours.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, finance is usually tough. And
I'm an idiot. Like I shouldn't be doing data for finance.
Yeah, you went to West Virginia.
Yeah,
I mean,
dude, my degree is multidisciplinary studies. I shouldn't be doing.
What does that mean?
It means I have 3 minors. Like I didn't do one major. I took 3 minors.
What were they?
Communications, PR, entertainment media.
Those are the 3.
I should be working for
majors.
TMZ. I shouldn't be.
That's a good job.
Well, yeah.
Were you applying to those types of jobs?
No, I wanted to work at like a media agency.
Oh, okay.
And I wanted to do like, I mean, everybody like, I went to school. What I went to school for is like, I want to do social media work and I want to work in marketing. And I was like, but I'm like more creative than that.
Right.
I don't want to be like, you can like tell me what to do as far as like creativity, but like, I'm a creative guy. Let me work a little bit here. Also, this is like my talent.
I think
speaking, not my face.
Yeah,
I didn't
got a
mean
face
that.
for radio.
Yeah.
I think a lot of like it's good that a lot of people want to be creative and stuff, but also I'm also worried about the future because I feel like there's no one wants to make anything anymore.
We don't make anything in this country anymore.
But not only do we not make anything already, I haven't met one person who's like in their 20s that wants to make a thing.
No, and it's not. Now they do want to make things. They want to make the next Facebook.
Well, they want to. Oh, not even that. I mean, really? I would be happy if that's what they were after. I think it's more like they want to make the next big podcast. They want to. I mean, you and me both. We're no better than that.
But we are better than them.
We are better because we're actually good. But I'm just saying, like that's what I think is. It's even further. We're going further and further away from making anything of actual value.
Yeah. What's China doing? Oh, math and science.
Everything. Yeah.
We're done. Our goose is cooked. I mean, it's over.
Sure. Yeah, we're screwed.
We were worried about TikTok. We were worried about the app.
Yeah.
China's like brainwashing us. They're like, oh yeah, just go ahead and dance. Go dance.
Do you have one?
Do I have a TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have
Had success on there? Yeah, I did.
Do you?
Oh, I did. Now I don't post anymore.
It does seem like a very goes through waves.
It's all bots.
Oh, Instagram is 1/10 of the bots that TikTok is. TikTok is mostly bots collecting your data for China. What can you say? We're collecting it through Instagram, but
that's Facebook. That's American.
Or Facebook.
That's American data right there.
American surveillance.
If you're a real American, you'll get off TikTok and you'll give all of your information to Zuck. That's what you're gonna do.
Exactly. Be a good American.
Be a good American. Do your part. Plant your victory garden in farmers. What's that online farmers game that they used to play on Facebook? Farmville. Plant your victory garden.
What was I thinking of?
No, it's Farmville. That's the name.
Oh, okay. There's another one though.
I don't know.
Candy Crush. Is that a big Facebook thing?
Yeah, Candy Crush. And my mom did become a Candy Crush mom. And over the pandemic, and it was tough for all of us. And I think she still plays. She's still using.
Is she still using?
Still using.
She's got a sweet tooth. Actually, I think a lot of people talk about the sugar industry in America being like super corrupt. I had a sugar croissant this morning, and I was like, "This isn't sweet enough." So I think the sugar industry,
dude, that's my vice.
Yeah,
like I'm not like a big alcohol guy. I'm not a drug guy. I'm a gambling addict. I have to say.
You gamble a lot?
Yeah.
Like cards or sports?
No, just sports. And I just arb the books. I just so I find inefficiencies, bet X and Y, win the difference. Well, so I guess I guess it's not an addict.
Are you winning?
I have to say I'm addict because I used to be an addict.
Are you winning though?
Yeah.
Are you actually winning though?
Yeah, I made $1,500 last month.
15 is that pretty consistent though?
Yeah.
Because next month
I'm up like 400 this month already.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Send me your pics.
I will. No,
yeah.
and well, my roommate and I, he's an Ivy League grad. He's a computer wizard. We have a service that will alert you and tell you directions, step-by-step directions on how to do it. It's called sneakybets.com. You could sign up. I'm being dead serious.
Sponsor the podcast.
Yeah. It's great. So it's him. He's an Ivy League guy. He went econ at Brown, and he's worked at some headphones here. He's and then we have another computer person. They were from Goldman. And then we have a couple designers designing it for us. And then me, I'm like the degenerate who like just told them about it and they're optimizing it.
Sure. You've got a whole team of people. I'm always interested in like, and if you want to send me your pics, I'd love to get involved. But
yeah. It's not like a crazy uncle's like put 500 on the Jets. Like we're not doing that.
I know, but this is the thing. I've heard this. This is probably the third time in my life. I had a friend before, but yours sounds more legit, maybe.
What?
But I had a friend before who got hooked up with this guy who's like a 45-year-old computer programmer who used to work at Google or something, and he created a betting algorithm. And my friend was like, "I made all this money," and I lost every bet.
Yeah, because so he made a model. That's what he did.
Yeah,
he made a model that was supposed to give you picks.
Yeah.
We don't give picks.
What do you do?
No inefficiencies in the books. Arbitrage. Arbitrage in stocks.
Yeah.
So you bet the odds on book A, bet the odds on book B. You do the math. It comes out. You bet $50 on here. You bet $42.50 on here. You win $8.
Oh, but you just do a ton of those.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but what are the books that you're looking at?
We're on all of them.
But what are they?
Like DraftKings, MGM, Caesars, FanDuel. Every book. The more books you can get on, the more opportunity you have for that stuff. Because so what we're doing is we're betting. I feel like this is becoming an infomercial now.
No,
but what we're doing is like the sports gambling market. It's only getting bigger, and it's only going to get legalized in more states. Yeah. So we're not betting on sports. We're betting on the books competing against each other.
Right.
Because they're in competition with each other.
Interesting.
So this book has a promo. These odds are boosted. This book has a promo. These odds are boosted. Let's go to these other books and let's move some money around.
Right.
Let's do this once. Let's do it right.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I might try it out. So you put it all on that website?
Yeah.
What was it called again?
Sneakybets.com.
Sneakybets.com.
I'll send you a link. We should have a ruling back from the state of Delaware as far as being incorporated. We applied for incorporation in the state of Delaware, and I really hope that nobody steals our idea.
Well, be careful what
you
put out there.
I know.
Like, there's a couple bots might take it.
The bots, the Chinese bots. But it's fun. I mean, I do have to say I was gambling at because I think there was a point in time in my life where I was like gambling every day. Yeah. And now I'm not gambling. I wasn't gambling thousands of dollars, but for my income at the time, how old I was, I was like, it probably wasn't good.
Yeah.
I don't even like gamble. Like the only thing I do is this.
Yeah.
I don't gamble.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might get involved.
All right.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
We got Velazquez on board.
I have a customer.
We have like 30 something right now, but I sent Bramante like a week's worth. Mm-hmm. And had he just picked up the phone, there's money on the other line. He would have made a couple $100, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't take those, by the way." And he told me, he was like, "Keep sending them, keep finding."
So
them.
how does the website work?
The website works. There's a sign up. There's a sign up process. Put your email, put your phone number, put your betting state.
Yep.
All right, and then you just sign up, and then we send you a text, an automated text to say, "Bet this on book A, bet this on book B."
How do you guys make money though?
$5 a month subscription.
$5
after the first month free. But you're gonna make so much money, you don't care about the $5.
Oh, that's the sales pitch.
I'm a salesman.
I mean, I'll check it out.
Yeah. Oh, we'll get you on board. We'll get you on board. We'll hook you up, and then now there's other services that we're providing.
What happens if you just put huge bets all the time? Would you just make that much money?
No, it's limited a lot of the times because a lot of it are promoted boosts on odds.
Okay.
Another thing that we're working on. The Sneaky Signups, a subsidiary of Sneaky Bets.
Okay. It's a conglomerate before it's a company.
Sneaky Corp. That is so. A lot of times you can manipulate these sign up bonuses. I don't know if you've seen the ads where it's like bet $2,000, get something back or whatever.
Yeah.
So what we would be doing would like you put the 2,000 in, and then you'd put say 1,800 on a different bet, and you turn over that 2,000 on this one. 70%, you get 70% of the 2,000 back, and then you get 2,000 free play from the initial.
Right.
So it's this whole thing. I feel bad because we're taking up so much time, and people are here to get to know you. They don't care about sneaky bets,
curious.
man.
I wanted to know about sneaky bets stuff.
It's good. It's good. It's good.
Nice, interesting. Because look,
I'm down bad.
Quality of life, you know.
Yeah, no, dude. If I could just do this as like my job,
yeah, sure,
that'd be great.
Yeah,
and now I like my regular job, but if I could do this as my job and just not have to worry about hemorrhaging money to live in my penthouse, that'd be great.
Exactly.
That'd be great.
Except I'm out of this one in 2 months.
What?
No more penthouse.
No.
Yeah. Well, 2.5.
What? Where are you going?
I'm gonna go to Chicago for 2 weeks, then move back here, and we'll live somewhere. I'm not sure yet.
Oh, what?
No plan.
Wow.
I like to keep the plan open. I'm
so
taking
why,
a year off of work, so it's kind of like a good
really.
Opportunity.
And this is just to focus solely, like get that comedy rolling.
It's for comedy, sure, but it's more just for like life.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, man.
Just take some time off work. Travel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love to do more traveling. I'm supposed to be planning a boys' trip to Cincinnati.
Nice. Well, that's
not traveling.
That's not really traveling.
I hated it. I spent the 4th of July there. It was horrible.
How many countries have you been to? Would you say
2?
What are they?
Germany and Spain.
Those are good ones, though.
Yeah.
Those are powerful too.
Big 2.
Big
My family lived in Spain
2.
for a couple years, so I got to go over there and hang out.
Good.
They lived in Madrid. It was sweet.
Yeah, Madrid's sick. Did you explore other parts?
Yeah, we did some like the mountains, and then we went to the island Majorca.
I'd like to check out the
mountains.
I'm a mountain man.
Are you?
Colorado is like my favorite part of America, I think.
Really? I want to go to Wyoming so bad.
Yeah. I think that's might be where I go after Chicago, is Colorado, Wyoming, Utah.
And give me a call, because I want to go see those rocks out there in like Utah and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the big red ones or whatever.
Zion, is that it?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I want to go see that.
Yeah,
give me a call. Let me know. I'll fly out there.
I'll let you know. Yeah.
But I had to tell the guys group, you know, they were like, I'm like, X amount of dollars for flights, X amount of dollars for Airbnb, X amount of dollars for general horseplay.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't know if I can cover this one, boys.
Right.
You know, I came up to New York and like, luckily I came up here with, you know, I wasn't an idiot to save my money, and you know that just went like, whew, like.
Oh, so the 4 people you live with, friends of yours?
No, the way I met them, I was up here shooting a TV pilot here, visiting for a week. I'm not an actor. I was just myself. It was actually a sports gambling pilot, ironically.
Oh, there you go.
And it didn't make it to air.
That's
and so
you could save it for sneaky bets.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I was at a bar with a couple friends, and this one girl, I just kept talking to her all night about rom-coms. And she's like, "You seem really cool. My boyfriend might need a roommate soon." I was like, "All right, whatever."
Yeah.
And then, you know, a couple months later, she texts me, and she's like, "Hey, he definitely needs a roommate." And I was like, "Let's do it."
Have you guys become friends?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We're all tight. We're all
Nice,
tight.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen my one roommate in a couple months. He's been living with his girlfriend on the West End, on the West Side. That'll happen.
Yeah,
but now, well, honestly, I moved up here and like they're always gone. So I essentially have this 2-floor penthouse to myself all the time.
Well, that's how it was for me for a while.
Really?
But, just during the day. At night, my roommates are here. I would be gone. During the day, I would be here. They would be gone. Now, with the work from home thing, Mondays and Fridays, both my roommates are always here. And then one of my roommates recently actually left his job, so he's here more often as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow.
But it's nice.
I don't know, man.
I will probably live alone after this, but I will say living in an apartment like this, I would, like, I'm begrudgingly living alone. Because, like, roommate, there's a faux pas to having roommates, but, like, I have my own space because it's a big enough apartment, but then I go downstairs and I hang out with, like, my childhood friends, you know? So it's, like, the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Whereas living alone, I did that before, and it's good, but there are those days where you're like, man, I have no one in my life.
I lived alone throughout college. I lived alone. Well, my freshman year.
Oh, that's a crazy place to live alone.
Well, I had to. I was a head case.
Okay.
I needed to live alone. I just couldn't do it. I was so down bad mentally.
Yeah.
And then like it would be so funny. My friends would be out partying on Friday nights, and I would just be in my college apartment with my yellow legal pads, listening to Dean Martin, writing jokes. I had the old Johnny Carson episodes on TV. Like, so that's what I would do in college. Yeah.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Doing college open mics.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
That's one of the things I kind of wish I had gotten to experience. There's so many people that like start in college. I'm like, man, it would have been cool to do stand-up.
When did you start?
I started a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah, I did it a couple times, like in my early 20s.
Yeah.
And I took a little, and then just I was working a lot.
Yeah.
So I just took time off, and I kept trying to do it, but I just never could stick with it. And then once I got worked long enough where I could just like not work.
Yeah.
I started doing comedy like more full, like all the time. Yeah.
I would love to get to that point where I'm just like, oh yeah, I've worked, so I'm good. So now I can just like focus on stand up for
Yeah.
this amount of time.
Definitely. No,
So
it's
who
fun.
were some of like your comedic inspirations? I know you're a Seinfeld guy, right?
Yeah, I love Seinfeld, except I kind of got on Seinfeld late in life.
Really?
I was a big Curb Your Enthusiasm, Larry David
Yeah.
fan first.
Did you watch this most recent season of Curb?
Yeah, it was great, I thought.
I was a little bit disappointed in the ending.
I don't even remember.
He like falls into the pool because they don't have a fence, and like he doesn't end up firing Maria Sophia, and he can't, and like they don't get the fence bill passed. He's hooking up with that old woman. I think there was still some like loose ends.
Yeah, there was some loose ends. I also didn't love the first like 1 or 2 episodes. I just felt like the middle was
very funny.
I remember thinking it wouldn't be good, and then I was like impressed.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah. I did go back and watch a couple of old episodes. The Swan killing, just like all time.
It's not even that old.
It's not even that old. But like
how old some of the ones are. Yeah.
So yeah, love Curb. Love Larry David. Love Seinfeld. Who else were you into?
Well, so stand up is like a more late in life thing I got into, but I got into comedy really early because my dad would play like Marx Brothers movies for me.
Yeah.
And so I got into that. I got into like Mel Brooks movies and like Woody Allen movies, like super young.
Yeah.
Like before I would probably understand half the jokes being told.
Yeah.
And then I got into stand up when I was like in middle school because I saw the Chappelle Show.
Wow.
And once I saw Chappelle Show, I started watching Dave Chappelle stand up. Then I started watching like all the like Def Jam comedy stuff.
Oh yeah.
Which is such an opposite. Like my first exposure to comedy is so different than my first exposure to stand up.
These old Jewish dudes and
Jewish guys.
black comics.
Yeah, exactly.
That's great, man. I was the same way. Like my you know, obviously I love Seinfeld out the gate, but like the first comics I remember like rolling and laughing is all black comics, like Patrice O'Neal, Chappelle, Cat Williams, like all these guys were
Cat
just
Williams was like massive when I was
like
younger.
killing it. He's just like doing arenas, just Tracy Morgan, like all these guys. That's all I watched.
And my friends also were just all big stand-up fans. It's like I grew up in Riverdale, which is like a neighborhood in the Bronx, but very Irish, and they're just like very funny people, and they just all love stand-up. Like
no one's funny where I'm from.
No. West Virginia's not a funny place.
They just work hard. It's respectable.
I can see
it's
that.
respectable.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, so I have a gig there in April.
Oh, that's nice.
Open up for Mr. John Reep, Mr. Lingnon Mitra.
Nice.
It'll be great.
Nice.
It'll be a fun time. They're very talented comics, but like I've never done it in my hometown.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm gonna get a boost because like
you'll get a boost.
Like these are my friends. Like it's Frank.
I think so.
I think there'll be an initial pop, but I have to do decent amount of time.
I think honestly, I almost think those like places like somewhere where you're saying people aren't funny, you're more likely to get the boost from having friends. I think actually it's more nerve-wracking being in like Riverdale where I'm from, being like maybe parts of Boston where everybody's funny.
Yeah.
And they're like also sort of ball busters.
Yeah.
So they'd almost rather you do poorly to just kind of like fuck with you.
Okay.
You know,
that makes sense.
I think that's almost worse than like going to like some nice town where like
I don't know about nice.
But I mean like, you know, people
go to Outback Steakhouse for their anniversary dinner. I don't know if we're talking
Outback's not bad.
What are you talking about?
Bloomin' Onion.
Dude, I would go crazy for Bloomin' Onion, bro. Love a Bloomin' Onion.
It's the best.
It's all about, the older I get, the more I realize I don't care about the entree.
No, I don't think
it's all about the sides.
We're also in the era like, and so when you go out on a date, do you go drinks or dinner?
Drinks first.
It's
an elixir.
Agree, but
it's an elixir. We have to get loose. We have to get to know each other.
What happens if a girl says, should we grab dinner? What if she's the one that suggests dinner? How do you feel about that?
Light dinner. Absolutely a light dinner. We're not putting a porterhouse in you on date one.
Of course.
All right.
So
I'm not taking you to Carbone. Also, I can't afford Carbone. I just like to say Carbone to make it think that
Have you ever been?
No, I walked by it once. I took a picture. I took a picture of Carbone. I sent it to my buddy. And there's like a Drake lyric. And he's like, "Last table Carbone, Colin plays on the rotary phone." I sent him that. And I was like, he goes, "Man, Frank, you're doing it big." And I was like, I'll just walk by. Because it's right there, like McDougal Bleecker, right? It's like right around there.
Right in that area.
For how well known it is, it's pretty small looking.
Yeah, I also because it's Italian, right?
Sure.
I guess I don't know. My dad's from this part of the Bronx. It's like called Little Italy. It's like the real Little Italy.
The real Little Italy.
It's not like the Manhattan Little Italy.
Yeah, it's
the
Fugazi.
Real Little Italy.
Yeah.
So my exposure to Italian food is I can't go to Carbone knowing there's just so many places that are probably better for like literally a third of the price. So it's why I become like an Italian
snob.
Is it snobby though? Because maybe it is a snob, but it's like,
you know what's funny? It's like I know some snobby Italian people, like people who are like, oh, they're saying that wrong.
Well, I'm not.
I know.
Bad.
I know.
I'm the opposite.
I know, but like
right?
they're saying that wrong. But like when it comes to food or something like that, I think there is some truth to it. Be like they make this better than they make this. Whatever. What do you think about a lot of people? Anthony Bourdain hated the food up here in our neighborhood.
In Upper East.
Yes.
Okay.
He hated it. What do you think of the food up here?
Since Anthony Bourdain has passed, I think the Upper East Side has actually gotten a lot of good spots.
Okay.
But I think most of the good restaurants here are like newer,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of chains too. In terms of like old school establishments that are like knockout restaurants, there's a handful. There's not nothing, but there's like I used to live in Williamsburg. There was better food. Before that, Astoria, there was better food.
You've lived all over the place.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's like a food haven, but there's definitely a lot of options.
Right.
Sure. It's more than enough.
I'm just a sucker for Italian spots. That's all I want.
Well, if you want good Italian food, you got to go Bronx or Brooklyn. I think that's
really
usually you're gonna find the best spots there because Manhattan's gonna be like good Italian but overpriced. Mm-hmm. Bronx and Brooklyn, you're gonna get like where my dad grew up. There's like limos and people coming in from Manhattan to go there, so you just know that place. Wow. Is so much better than like.
And it's probably old school. They probably have that weird vetting door to make sure like you're allowed to get into like old school like mob stuff.
Well, there's still the mob there.
Yeah,
if it's anywhere there. Actually, I don't even know if I want to say this.
Off the record.
Off the record. I went to I just won't say the restaurant because I don't want to get in trouble.
Don't say the restaurant. Yeah. Just like I didn't say the hedge fund that threatened to kill me.
Yeah, exactly. So I went to an old school Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
That I go to every year during the holidays.
Now you're starting to pigeonhole yourself. They start looking for you.
I don't know. They don't know who I am. But I go every year for the holidays with a group of friends. And we go for the holidays because they like deck it out.
Oh,
it's like super like gaudy,
yeah,
like, over the top.
Yeah,
but we love it, and the food's good. It's in Brooklyn, and the last time we went, there was all these dudes in suits. Like I'm not even kidding, like 100.
Yes,
100 plus.
That's what I need.
And so we're start eating. They're like, they gave us the last table that they had. They said,
yeah, sure.
And while we're finishing up, they start setting up tables in a circle. Like a huge circle.
They're gonna have a sit down.
Like a sit down circle. And then they start putting these placemats, they say the Giglio Boys on them. And then this guy in a tuxedo shows up, starts singing Frank Sinatra as all these guys start getting sat. All male. They're doing the 2 cheek kiss. It was the coolest thing I've ever seen.
I mean, I just want to be a part of that life. I just want to be a part of it.
It was so cool. But
they'll never accept me. I'm
also kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah. But just show them respect.
From far away, you watch these TV shows and these movies, and you're like, "Oh, it'd be so cool." But then when you're actually around I was looking over my shoulder. I was on my toes. I was like, "Don't make eye contact with anybody." It's a little nerve-wracking.
Just show respect. That's all it is. Just like show respect. You know what I mean? Look them in the eye. If they come up to you, how you doing? Nice and da-da-da. You know.
And I'll show you the website for this group after.
Please.
There's a really funny thing.
The group or the restaurant. Yeah, pull it up. Pull that up.
I don't want to get wagged.
You're not gonna get wagged. I mean, there for a while I was worried I was dating a mob boss daughter.
That's my dream.
I really thought I was because I was dating this girl, super Italian, and she said like her parents like worked in like real estate or something like that. And then like she like, whoa.
So they have a festival every year. They hold up this thing. That's where they get the name from. But look at this is the description of their group. Hold on, where is it?
Please tell me it's like Gentleman's Club, but not like I want to start a Gentleman's Club.
Okay, it says
or boys only
these
breakfast.
Paranza meetings reinforce the statuses of important members of the feast hierarchy. The emphasis is on camaraderie, friendship, and cooperation between various cliques working toward a successful feast. Subcommittees are created and new appointments, and these are the appointments. Capos, apprentice capos, lieutenants, committee chairman.
I mean, that's the mob.
Hiding in plain sight.
That's the mob. If they say capo, you can't say capos.
I know, that's their website. I mean, is it there or is it there?
I mean, yes or yes.
It's insane.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Dude,
I just want to be part of them.
I know. Dude, one of the most fun nights of my life. Arguably, and I didn't even perform. This is arguably my most fun night of comedy ever. And this is what I want my life and career to be. Mm-hmm. So me and 2 pals, Jerry Seinfeld's performing at this theater in Wheeling, West Virginia. All right, Wheeling. There's a few cities in West Virginia that have a lot of Italians. Wheeling, like Fairmont, Clarksburg. these things. A lot of Italians there. Okay, and Wheeling, we went to this old school Italian restaurant on a corner. They have that vetting door. You walk in, and then there's a second door, and they like buzz you in. It's like, okay, this guy's good. He can come in.
Yeah.
You get in there. Classic. The walls are probably like tainted yellow from all the years where they were smoking cigarettes in there, but it's good. It looks good. It's fake nice. It's like an old Italian woman. It looks beat up, but it's like got a lot of makeup on. It looks good. You know what I mean? And then, the portions are huge. They're playing old school music, good stuff. Yeah. These people come in, turtleneck chains, soup. So we eat this great food. We go to the theater. We see Seinfeld do his thing. And it's just like, I just want that. Give me old school Italian music. Give me Suits. Give me comedy.
Do you think there's the mob in West Virginia?
Yeah, definitely.
I think I've noticed this, that recently the mob is more likely to be in places like West Virginia because
they get a stronghold.
Well, yeah, and they didn't have people like Rudy Giuliani, great American, who like forced, because Rudy, that was his whole thing,
Rico,
getting rid of the mob.
Rico Act.
So like that's I think it's actually harder. It's rarer to find in New York these days, even though this used to be like the spot where you'd see all of them.
I gotta like watch what I'm saying because like they are my friends, but like the guy who was like the mayor in our home city. He super Italian name, ran a construction company, and he was the mayor, and he had an old Italian restaurant. There's a back room in the Italian restaurant.
There you go.
It's right there. Yeah, I mean, it's right there.
That's great.
But you know what? I was always nice to him. I'm friends with his grandkids. Show respect.
There you go.
You know what I mean? And that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. We talked about job stuff here. We talked about comedy stuff here. We talked about dating stuff here. I don't know. I guess we could talk a little bit more about comedy because I don't think we really touched on it enough. So you started a couple years ago, and you what are you doing now? Like, what is like a 5-year goal for you? Is there something in particular that's like, hey, I would like to get to this spot, or like,
you know what? I'm surprised with how it's almost impressive how goal oriented comedians are. Yeah, because you're like the 100th person to ask me that question, and you'd think by now I'd have a better answer. But I don't really. Like, I don't really. I'm trying to like not get too future focused on comedy just because it's hard to plan anything. You kind of have no control over where your career is going to go.
Absolutely.
So just to do better shows, more shows, like I don't know how else to describe it.
Well, I think that's a good point. You're talking about being present, and now we can go into the philosophy portion of the show. Because you're talking about being present. And I think the thing that I have anxiety, general anxiety, and general worry and fear about is just like, I just think about thoughts, and then that negativity just breeds negativity. Yeah. And I just lie awake at night, and I just can't get to sleep.
Of course.
And it doesn't even necessarily have to be about comedy. It could be anything about life. You know what I mean?
But I agree. It could be anything, but I think comedy specifically suffers from not being present. Mm-hmm. Like it's almost the most detrimental. Like business, you don't necessarily need to be that present to be good at business. Yeah. Actually, it might be detrimental. Mm-hmm. Like it's good to be future focused. It's good to like think about the future goal. And comedy, I guess it's good too, but it's also when you're on stage and you're performing, you want to be like as present as possible. So just training myself to do that. But yeah, just build like an hour of material. Maybe in 5 years, put out like an album.
Hour. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would be because that's the only thing you really could somewhat control.
I know you already have names picked out for what you're calling your album.
I think you know what I have more of.
What?
Not names, but songs.
Songs.
Yeah, I got a list. I'll flag songs sometimes. Like that's a good song for an album.
Oh,
like the intro.
Oh, you're talking about
like, outro music.
And you're not even. So you're not even.
yeah, I don't have the names. I just have the song.
Be like,
I got like 20 songs that I would
just like song titles.
Songs. No, I'm saying like the music.
The
like,
music
I'll be listening to Spotify. Yeah. This would be the sickest like intro to an album.
Or like
the outro.
Or like say both. Like because some places like I don't know if you've gotten to do this, but like some places like do you want music when you walk up? And I've never gotten this yet. Yeah. But like
I almost want to do a show where I do that and I'm the one that gets to DJ because I actually think I have a pretty good palette for the intro music for comedy. Yeah. Specifically.
Dude,
it'd be very
the amount of
comedy jam.
The amount of songs I have in my iPhone notes where it's just like I write that and then I write like what movie scene that would go along to.
Yeah.
I do that all the time. And a lot of the time it's Christmas. And I want to make a sad Christmas movie.
Sad Christmas movie would be good.
Like,
It's not the first of its kind.
No,
Does
but when was our
Wonderful
last
Life count?
classic? Yeah, when was our last like great American Christmas movie? You know what I mean?
Elf? Probably?
Yeah,
But it's a
2000
comedy,
2002, 2003. Like,
I
I
guess it's pretty old, too.
I need to make the Great American Christmas, and the reason I want to do that is because it's what I want my life to be.
You know what?
Because my family didn't really get together on holidays. Like, I want to make a movie about family getting together for holidays.
What about this?
Okay.
Well, maybe. One of my goals.
Okay.
As
Rom-com.
far as mafia film. We're just
Mafia.
Family Christmas. Family Christmas.
It's a family.
Yeah.
It's a family Christmas.
That's not a bad idea.
I like that.
Or just to have a small role.
Yeah.
If I'm not writing or making the movie, just have a small role.
I would put
mafia
myself in
movie
my
would be
movies,
pretty
but
fun.
I would never be the star. You know, like Todd Phillips. You know how like Todd Phillips.
I don't know that.
He made Old School. He made all the Hangover movies.
Oh, sure.
He made so he's always in like he'll be like this weird side character, have 2 lines, and that's it.
A lot of people do. Like Martin Scorsese's, and especially in his older movies, he'll
Really?
have a line or two. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I have to watch. I need to watch Raging Bull.
Oh, so Raging Bull's one of the film. You don't
Yeah.
even see his face, but he. There's one scene where Robert De Niro's yelling out a window because Martin Scorsese's telling them to shut up.
Yeah.
To keep it down.
Uh-huh.
And then he calls them animals, and Robert De Niro is like, "Your mother's an animal." It's one of my favorite scenes. In the movie.
I need to see Raging Bull. I gotta get. I
Yeah, it's
mean, I've
great.
seen like Goodfellas and all these classic mob movies. I haven't seen
Yeah.
Donnie.
I actually haven't seen that one either.
I saw they've been promoting it on Netflix.
I know,
It's
it's
been
on
on my page. I need to see it.
It's on the dock.
It's on the dock.
Yeah.
But going back to music, so this I normally ask baseball people this because I used to work in baseball, but now I'll ask you, a comedian, this. So what's your walkout song right now?
Oh, walkout? What do you mean?
Like,
if you're
now
going up
coming to the
bat?
stage. No, or baseball, or like if you're a comic, you'd say now come to the stage, or ending. It's like, all right, have a good show, good night, da da da. When I was
it's a pretty good. All right, I got 2 good ones.
okay, you got 2. I'll let you double dip.
I don't know which one I would.
I'll let you double dip. Now you're suffering
Because
from
I'd like-
decision fatigue.
Because I'd like the New York version of one song. You know that song on My Block by Scarface?
What did you listen to?
Do you know the
No, I
song?
don't know that.
You know that? All right,
Pull it
Play it.
up.
play it for the listener.
Yeah, play it on my.
Tell me this is not the best walkout beat though. But there's Cam
Killer can't. Sure.
He's got like a freestyle over it. I'd rather that version if it made it that far, but just the beginning. This is a good walkout song.
It is. Hopefully they're picking that up.
Yeah, that would.
All right. Okay. I like. So that's what you're picking
Yeah, I
as
think so.
far as your comedy and baseball. What's the
Both, yeah. It'd be pretty
Both.
sick for both, yeah.
So that's you said you had 2. Was it just that one, but 2 times, or what?
The other one's kind of similar. I don't know if I could pull it up though, because last time I checked, it wasn't on Spotify.
Maybe
It's a Lil Wayne song.
All Fireman.
No, that'd be such a funny one. Though.
Where?
It's similar to that though.
Dude, me and my buddy were laughing at this Lil Wayne's Right Above It. We were laughing at Right Above It. You know,
That's a
the
good
Right
song,
Above It?
yeah.
He's like, I've been asleep so long, I fell asleep on the plane, or something.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh
Nah,
man,
he's the best.
dying laughing at early 2000s Wayne.
Early 2000s rap is some of the best music ever.
When you hear that lighter flick,
I know.
you
it's
know. I going back to my music taste and the guy I'm
Yeah.
seeing tonight.
Oh,
I
man.
gotta go with a John Mayer song.
great. Okay, nice.
I gotta
Which
go.
one?
New Light.
I don't even know. If I
It
know
came
that.
out in like 2019. It's really like it's like a dance song.
Nice.
Like every time he performs at a concert, he's like, all right, this is the dance song, like
Yeah,
dance
yeah.
portion of the show or whatever.
Oh, okay, nice.
So it's like it's not really like it's not like wow, like
Yeah, yeah.
it's more like poppy, beady sort of 80s
Okay.
vibe. You have to check it out sometime, but it's good.
What's it
I
called
really
again?
New Light.
New Light. Okay,
And I really like the like it's just like great opening thing. I'd be like, all right, have a good night,
Yeah,
and then they
yeah,
play, like poppy. That's what I'd pick.
But that's an out song.
It could be
That's
an
not
intro.
Oh,
It could be an intro.
Okay,
Maybe
okay.
both.
Okay.
Maybe
okay.
both. Who's to say?
I think you got to change the songs though. You got to have 2 different songs.
But it's been so. Whenever I get booked, rare. No, I'm just kidding. Whenever I get booked and like my name's on a flyer that that has a billion names and pictures, like people are actually gonna go and stuff like that. And I post on my Instagram story. I always put New Light on the. I add the song, so it's like now I'm like subliminal messaging to people. associating that song with, oh yeah, every time Franco's on something, he's on that. And then maybe eventually I'm on the show.
So when they hear that song
they'll
be like,
oh,
you're comedies?
yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
It's smart.
Maybe I'm getting too psychological here. And
No,
we're talking
maybe
philosophy. We got to talk philosophy because I'm
All
curious. We got like 10 minutes left. We got to talk philosophy. All right. So as far as philosophy and things that help me, I used to be a very negative person.
Okay.
And I don't know. It seems like we've had some similar walks of life where it's like we struggled maybe academically, and maybe we're just trying to find ourselves because knowing who you are is hard.
Sure.
It's easier to figure out who you're not first, and then know who you are.
Good way to go about it.
And so you have to go through that whole process. And then I got a little older, got a little wiser, and got a little more thinking I was wiser, got a little arrogant, and then and then just becoming negative. And I think it's because I was watching too much Larry David, and I thought I thought I associated being negative with being funny, and that's all I want to do is to be funny. But I didn't know how to make being negative being funny, so instead I was just negative all the time.
That makes sense.
And so the book that really helped me and the philosophy that really helped me is by a guy named Jay Shetty. The book is called Think Like a Monk.
Okay.
And that book, and I don't read it like a novel. I read it, I go back into individual chapters and whatever is bothering me. I'll read that portion. And so that's what's really helped me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know what in particular philosophy has helped you.
I guess all of it. I've read
all of it.
I've read a decently diverse amount of philosophy because I got into it relatively young.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, I had like a little rough period. It was post leaving Maryland.
Okay.
And then one of my best friends got basically like arrested.
Wow.
For selling firearms.
Hell yeah.
So then me and him lived together for like 6 months before he went to prison.
Wow.
And then he was in prison for like 3 years. So while he was in prison, we'd call each other occasionally.
Yeah.
And so I got 2 copies of this book called Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl.
Heard of this?
Yeah, which is not. It's somewhat philosophy. It's sort of an autobiography, but I read.
Good things.
So I sent one to him, and then I read one so that he could read one. We got to read it together.
Nice little book club.
The little book club. And I think he liked it, but I actually think I got way more out of it. Than he did. So once I read that, though, I just got on this I read all of that guy's books, and then I started reading different philosophy based on those suggestions, and went from there. Yeah.
So, in all of your readings or anything, what are the main things that you've adopted? And how have you applied them?
What I'm currently reading right now is a lot of stoicism stuff. I think the biggest thing there is just literally
stoic,
only focusing on the things you can control.
Nice.
That's and no one's perfect at it, but I think I'm much better at catching myself obsessing about things outside of my control now than I used to be.
Yeah.
So it's hard. If I'm upset, I won't stay upset very long. It's pretty short-lived.
Mm-hmm. I'm happy you didn't say nihilism. I'm happy we don't have to talk about that.
No.
I think I suffered from a little bit of that when I was in college. I was like, what's the point? There's really no meaning.
Right.
I think there was a little bit of that. And now I'm so overly positive. If it rains, I'm thankful for it. It's oh, this is great. This means da 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 da.
Sure.
And it was funny coming into New York and coming into the comedy scene. Not that you get to fake the type of person you are, but you can work to being the type of person that you want to become. So maybe moving to New York, maybe I was a little bit more upbeat, more positive than I had been in my past years in West Virginia and everything. But I'm working because that's the person I want to be.
Well, this is the thing.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get too bogged down in the philosophy, but there is no working towards anything.
Okay.
That's one of the realizations I think I've had recently.
Okay.
Is there is no working towards anything. Whatever, in every moment, there is only the present moment.
Only the present.
So there is not working towards anything. It just is what
it is. What it is.
What it is.
Huh.
So you're just working towards whatever person you want to be. You're capable of being that person in all moments. It's just that you're going to fall off and sometimes be bogged down by the past or obsessed with the future. So it's whenever you could catch yourself and but the past or future have no bearing on whether you're that person in that moment. You could just become that person at any moment. So it's trying to accept. You're not just I always have that idea too. It's I'm working towards this.
Yeah.
If I accomplish this, I'll be this, but you'll just never get there then. You just have to accept that you could be the person you want to be at right now.
Wow. Well, I think I've made a good first impression on a lot of people in the city as far as being a positive person.
Sure.
I made a bad first impression the other night.
It's gonna happen.
I called somebody by the wrong name and they did not take it very well. And I apologized and they said stop apologizing for it.
You know what I noticed?
What?
Also, a big lesson that I think I've learned recently.
What?
just plenty of people. Just you're not gonna be for everybody.
But I mean, I'm a nice guy, and it would bother me if it would like if I because they seemed upset, and it bothered me that if I genuinely hurt their feelings for assuming they were somebody else.
Yeah, but it's more of a reflection of them than yourself. It just means like people are who they are. So they're just if you're gonna get offended by something like that, then you're someone who's getting offended by something like that. You have no control over their perception of you.
Yeah, that's a big. I mean, but we've talked. I mean, well, me and Mike have talked about it. Have to do less podcasts to talk about it. I mean, and you know about it. Perception is reality to an extent.
Sure, but your own perception. Like you can't. The big thing is like only focusing on the things you could control. The perceptions of others are an external. There's no way you could possibly control it. You could influence it in some ways, I guess, by being a good person. But like, there's like I think it was one of these books I read. It has it's like a fig tree is going to grow figs. It's like if that person's going to be bothered by you getting their name wrong, then the person's going to be bothered. Like it's okay. There's really not much you could do other than being kind. If that's what you did, then you did all you could.
I messed up and I went up to apologize to them twice.
Yeah. The one apology, I think after that you've done all that.
All right,
is required.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good. And all the other comics that were there were like, there you go. That person gets confused with that person all the time. I don't know why they were mad at that time.
You just never know.
Yeah. And I was like, I've just moved here 6 months ago. I thought maybe I had seen this person before. Genuinely, I had no idea, and that's on me. And I wore it. I wear the fastball to the hip. You can beam me. I'll wear it. I messed up. You know what I mean? Yeah. I had to end it with a sports analogy there. But tell the people where they can find you. If you got anything coming up, let the people know.
Sure. You can find me Jake V Comedy on Instagram. In terms of the coming up, I'm gonna hit the road, do some stuff. I don't know if you have people in Texas or Buffalo, but
my family lives in Texas.
Okay, I'll be in Austin Wednesday through Friday, and then Buffalo March 3rd and 4th, I think.
That's so cool, man.
And that's it.
That's
all
so
I got
cool.
coming up. Yeah.
Well, pleasure doing this with you, man. I love talking to you. You're a great comic, great guy, and wish the best for you. That'll do it from us today. I'm Franklin Miller. Follow the podcast, Franco's World _ Instagram and Twitter, and it's available anywhere your podcasts are. So hope you check it out. I will see you when I see you. Have a great day.
Thank you.